First of all, very good morning to all. I am Priti Chaudhary. I am assistant in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College from IT department. So, in my previous lecture, I will discuss some topics in Python, and today I will discuss recursion. What is recursion in Python? So, first point is recursion. Recursion is what? Python also accept the function recursion, which means a defined function can call itself. Means recursion means a function can call itself. Recursion is a common mathematical and programming concept. It means that is a function call itself. This has the benefit of meaning that can you looping through the data of reach a result. Means recursion just like a looping. In a looping, we recursive and different type in a statement one by one, and same thing is recursion, but there is a slightly difference. And so what is the difference? This difference between the recursion and looping. Recursion means a method of calling a function within a same function. Means here the recursion is used, a function is called itself in a block, and looping depend on condition, and here the iterable statement, a control structure that allow execute a block of code repeating within a program. In a recursion, execution is slower because here one function is worked totally, after that it call again, so execution is slow as compared to looping. But here the condition is matched. If condition is matched, then statement again work, again execute. So execution in looping as fast as compared to slow as compared to recursion. Stack is used to store the local variable when the function is called, but here looping stack is not used. If there is a no termination condition, where in recursion here has no termination condition, but in looping, condition ever the become false. If condition is false, then it will be but when condition is true, then it is work continuously, but if condition is false, then it is exit from that condition and statement, and it is more readable, but it is less readable. And space complexity is higher as compared to looping. Here the space complexity is low. So this is the difference between the looping, and slightly difference between recursion and looping. Both are totally same, but there is some slightly difference between them. And so what is recursion? Recursion is a method to solving a problem, same, where the solution depend on solution to smaller instance of a same problem. Here let's suppose you declare any function and type some task and call again. So here you call function, then when firstly it is work like this, call this and execute all statement and all expression one by one. When comes to here function, so this function is called again this function. So this process is working infinitely. So it is a recursion. So recursion is basically defined two types. First one is directly recursive and second one is indirectly. So directly recursive means a function call itself same loop in same function, like this. This function is same and this function is called again same function. So it is called a directive recursive. Second is what is the non-directive, what is the indirective recursive? Indirective recursive, here a function is create like this and type a 2 and 3 statement and call, means here the another second function declare here second function and again type some statement and call one and call second. So according to this, it is the syntax of indirective function. So according to this function is called this point, and this function is called by these functions. So it is the example. It is a factorial of an n numbers. So and according to this factorial numbers, let's suppose you take this is a factorial, and what is the output of this? 3 into 2 into 1, but at the end you use one number. So what is the output? 3 into 2 6, and 6 into 1 is total 6. So 6 is the output of factorial 3. So at the end you find the value in all questions and all statement. The last is 1. So if you have n factorial, its value is 1. So if n equal to 0, then the output and written statement is 1. But and otherwise, if n value is anything, then the output is this. Means let's suppose take example, you take a factorial 4. So first is 4 into what is the 4? 4 is n. 4 is the value of n. So so here we use the 3. After second condition, according to first condition, 4 into 3, and 3 is a factorial, and for next condition is 3 4 into 3 into 2 factorial. At the next 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So this is the last output. So what is this? N multiply n minus 1 factorial, if any condition is occur. So recursion implementation, a programming recursion technique is implemented by the function or procedure when function call itself the own code is known as a recursion. Here function is called itself in a assembly blocks. So factorial of number in here uses, according to this, you have any number like this, you have this number 4 factorial, so its n number is 4. So what the concept of this? According to this concept, according to factorial, so you use a first number is this 4 into 3. So 4 is n, and n minus 1 use according to this, and second step is 4 into, and now right now you have 3 factorial you have done 3 into n minus 1 means 2 factorial. After that you have 2 factorial is this, then at the end the 2 into n minus 1 is 1 factorial, and at the end is 2 into 1. So what is the main output of this? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So 4 12 into 2 into 1, 24 into 1, output is 24. So what is the main concept in? So this is the main concept of factorial, any factorial. So if so at the end output is 1. So when n value is 0 means this value is minus n minus 1, then you have comes to a 2 factorial, after again it n minus 1, then you find the 1 factorial. At the end n value is 0, then n value is 0, then output is 1, means return is 1. Otherwise n value is anything, then output is this, means any number and n minus 1. So it is the any n factorial. But if you use the factorial n, so according to you take any function factorial and pass any value for here you apply a 4 value. So same thing is n equal to is 0, then return is minus 1, return is 1, and otherwise n value is anything, then you return in return recursive case in you use n factorial n minus 1. So this is the main code of this factorial. So let's suppose take an example here, you create a function, fact function, and pass any number. Here if you pass number is 4, so n if n value, so here the n value is what? Here the n value is 4, so its condition is false. here. Then you comes to else part. Else part and the factorial is n minus 1. So n is 4 multiply factorial n minus 1 is fact 4 minus 1 means 3. So according to this statement is 4 into 3 according to first condition. Now comes to here. Now n value is what? 3. Here check n equal to 0. No. So this condition is false again. Then comes to else part, and else part is check 3 into factorial n minus 1 is 2. So now n value is 2. Again here n value is 2, and comes to here again n equal to 0. This not condition again false. Then comes to this condition is procedure, so on. So same is the program of this. So take a value is 4. So according to this 4 into 3 here 4 into 3 into 2 here 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is the main output. So according to this output is 24. So it is the program of factorial. Same here the use base case. Base case is here. Here the same condition is occur. If n equal to 0, then return 1. Otherwise your value is n multiply factorial n minus 1. But this is the recursive case, means here the value is check and print your value. So enter any number. According to this you enter number is 4. Then is 4 comes to here factorial f, and it is assigned to this variable f, and here this variable is print. So according to this part is like you have 4. You have starting 4 value, and this is execute by this program. You have value is 4. So according to this check n value is 4 and it is equal to 0. No, condition is false. Then it comes to next part is else. Else condition is 4. It is 4 multiply factorial 4 minus 1 equal to 3. So fact 3. So it multiply 3. Same again. Now value you have 3 and factorial 2. According this now you have value 2 factorial 1. At the end is 1. So multiply this all thing, then output is 24. So content of recursive function have two cases. First one is base case and second one is recursive case. The base case is input the variable for which we perform the recursive call as called base case. Is there there should be at least the one base case at least. And recursive call is called to the current function, and each recursive call should be defined so that it may be the process of toward the as a base case. Now comes to the next program of this recursive. The first one is a exponent. So what is the main concept of exponent? So according to this exponent is, let's suppose you take a exponent use a 2 star. It means 2 into 3 in a computational. So it use the 2 into 3 means it is output is 6. But if you use the 2 reiterative asterisk part, that it is the exponent of 2. It means 2 power 3. So it is work as a power. So 2 power 2 it means 2 into 2 into 2. 2 to the 4 and 4 to the 8. So it is work as like this exponent. It is the main concept of exponent. So and according to this program, so what is its work? But in this here means you use any value here. 2 power is 3. So b value is 3 or a value is 2 according to this. So this is the statement. 2 a means you use 2, b means 3 minus 1. So this is value 2 into 2. So it is work like this. So you use this experiment. So it means if you have b value is 0, means here the value is 1 and each statement. So if B is value is 0, that means output means return in your base case 1, but otherwise if you have value is anything except to 0, then the output is A and A B minus 1, and this condition is again huge work in looping, and value is changed one by one. This is the second is again base case is here, but this if value is 0 then return is this, and if value is anything then return is this. So this is used as a any inbuilt library program, and it is used for as a exponent like this. So it is the program of exponent. Here same thing, enter any base value, enter firstly value in any base means according to exponent 2 into 3, it means it is a base value and this is a exponent value and also called a power value. Okay, so if you enter any number, so according to this program, and ask user ki what is the base value and what is exponent value, means you enter base value is true and exponent value is 3. So according to this exponent value here according to you is 4. So output is this, output is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. It means output is 16. So this value call to function according to this, and output take the assigned value is any variable, and this variable print by this line. So according to this, this is a my exponent any value. Here the A and B use 2 and 3. So here the A is a your base value and B is your exponent value. So check, because according to in so according to this in your last you use A multiply A B minus 1. So same thing is this B minus 1. So return if value at the end in your program, if value equal to 0, then return 1, otherwise return this exponent. So it is the program of exponent. Now next program is Fibonacci series. So what is the main concept of Fibonacci series is means what is the Fibonacci series? Fibonacci series is a series number of, here we use the some values, you enter any number then create a Fibonacci series. So first of all, let's suppose you create any value. So in a Fibonacci series use first two value is same, and after that value is depend on first two value. So first value is 0 in always, and after that one value is this. Then after if you enter Fibonacci series 5 value, if you enter then 0, and next value is what? It is your first value, it is your second value, then third value is what? According to Fibonacci series, so this number is add between preceding two number. 0 plus 1 is 1. The third value is 1. According to fourth value is at the last preceding value 2. So 1 and 1 is 2. So this is 2. Again 1 1 this is 2, again this adding 3, again adding 5. So according to if you enter a number 5, then what is the preceding what is the Fibonacci series? 0 1 1 2 3 and 5. So this is the concept of a Fibonacci series. So here if you want to print any n number in Fibonacci series, so firstly you take 0 1. So 0 and 1 is always same in any Fibonacci series. After that you enter any numbers. So how did it work? So it is the main concept of any Fibonacci series. Here the condition is this 2 and 1. So 2 and 1 is always same, and your value is changed after 3. So 0, so here the create the three base case and this one. So Fibonacci 1 is 0 always, and Fibonacci second is 1 is always, and third add of last two Fibonacci number. So 0 plus 1 equal to 1. So next number is this Fibonacci 6. Fibonacci 6 equal to is what? So preceding two number 5 and 4. So 5 number is 3, this one, and 4 number is 2. So 3 plus 2 equal to 5. The next number is 5. So according to this concept, base case is this, according to this base case, and base case is this. If n value is 1, means if n, according to this, n value is 1, then the output is 0 always. If n value is 2, because according to this n value is 1 and n value is 2. So if n value is 2, then output is 1 always. But any value is this, means n value is 3 and anything, otherwise anything value, then the add n minus 1. N minus 1 this, let's suppose you to use n value is 3. So n value is 3 means 2 plus 1. Last if you want to use third value, this the 2 and this is 1. So n means 3 minus 1 is 2 and 3 minus 2 means 1. So second value and first value add. Program display. So it is the program of Fibonacci series. So what is this? Same, enter any number according to from your user keyboard. If you enter the 5 number is here, so means you want to print a 5 number print number in a Fibonacci series. Here you create a what? Looping. So for loop you use the n plus 1. N plus 1 means in a Python program for loop is use n minus 1. So if you take a n value, then you in a Python you use the n plus 1, and 1 is this increase by 1. So here we use 3 parameter. So it is the use for printing, but input value is take here, then print, but it is a call is what? Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series in this, if n condition is 1, then output is 0, first value is 0, and if n value is 2, check one by one. If n value is, because here the number start 1 2 3 4 5, ठीक. So according to this n value is when 2, then output is 1 according to this. But now comes to third part, means n value is 3. Now you have n value is 3, then work you this. The n minus means n value is 3, so 3 minus 1 means 2, and 3 minus 2 it means 1, means 3 number of 3 and 1 add, means here according to this 0 and 1 you already printed by this print function. Then now you use the third number is what in a Fibonacci series. So it is the 1 and 2. According to this 2 and 1 add. 2 and 1 is 1. So third value is 1. So this is the main concept and the program of Fibonacci series in a Python. It is a working process. Check the here how it is work by a flowchart. This in your Fibonacci series, if you take a n value is 4, so n value is 4 is work to how to this, means Fibonacci is 4, it is work n minus 1 and n minus 2, and again this is work n minus 2 n minus 1. So it is work like this. अब data structure in implementation in Python means recursion, how to use a recursion you use in a Python, same thing. Many programming language implementing recursive by the mean of stacks, means stack in use in a recursion. Whenever the function caller call another function, itself is callee, means when a function call another function, so when any function is called, that call is a caller, and call to another function, so that is called a callee itself as a callee. The caller function transfer execute the control to callee, and the caller function the caller functions as to suspend its execution temporarily and resume the latter where the execution control written from the callee functions. Now the caller function need to start exactly from the point to execute where the it puts itself on hold. For this purpose, the activation record or stack frame to create for a caller functions like this one by one. Means here you use the number of function in use one by one in as a nested functions, but it work as a statement last in first out. So according to this, it is a create a first function, then create a second function, then create a first function. But if you want to exit any function, so firstly you want to exit this, after that this, then this, like this. So it is used as a recursive. So the recursion function used as a straw. So analyze of the of recursion means time complexity. Assuming everything is constant, we try to figure out the number of times a recursive call it being made. A call made a function means a order of 1, hence the n number of time a recursive call to make the recursive function. So time complexity of this according to this order of n. And space complexity means how memory it is used in your space complexity. The space complexity is counted as amount of extra space required to modules to execute. In case of recursive, the system need to store the activation record each time recursive call it makes. So the consider the space of complex. So here we use the space complexity. So recursive function may go higher than the function call it iterations. Tail recursion means in a tail recursion we get the final output the base tails in a recursions. Tail recursion is basically using the recursive function at the last statement of the function. We can make a function tail recursive it adding sum of parameters accumulated the function's signature to pass the intermediate result. So here create a program for tail recursion. So tail recursion you enter any number means here at the end you use the call again. So call at the end you use again function calling here. So that's why we call it is a tail recursion. So means it is a base case and it is a recursive case. So according to this, enter any number by input by keyboards and factorial number, this function again call to these functions and check if n and r minus 1 means you take here the r value is 1 means if n value is 0 0 then return r means return 1. Otherwise you comes to this part return factorial n minus 1 and n multiply r. N multiply matlab it any number multiply by 1. So according to this enter any number is 4. This is the factorial is 24 as I discussed in my previous slide. So you need some steps. So what is this? According to tail recursion you use factorial 4 means you enter any number 4 and what is this? If n equal to is what? 0 then return r. R means n value. Okay? R means here r value is 1 means output is 1. So otherwise you use this factorial n and n minus 1 and multiply r this. So according to this you enter n value is what? 4 starting you enter this value is 4. So what is the n into r you use? So 4 into r is what? R according to this 1 starting में r equal to 1. After that n minus 1 means 4 minus 1 or n multiply r means 4 n minus 1 is 3. So 3 multiply r is what? 1. तो आ जाएगा 4 into 3 equal to 12. So this is multiply by this. So at the end factorial output is 24. So this is the main concept of tail recursion and it is the create the how no need to create a new stack frame according to this. So other parts of this Python I will discuss in my next lecture. So thank you.